Said hut. Any given weekend, week 15. It is conference championship week. We are back. Nate, how are you feeling after a somewhat disappointing week 14 for you? Is it?
Obviously not feeling good, bub. I had a horrible week betting. I went like 9-17 on the week. Didn't win any bets. Fucking Michigan gets boat raced by Ohio State. I don't understand the point of life anymore, to be honest. I'm down bad. Haven't lost to Michigan since pre-COVID.
Ohio State.
Yeah, haven't lost to Ohio State since pre-COVID. I'm down bad, bub.
Yeah, I FaceTimed you and I could see the pain in your eyes, and it was a good game to let's just talk about that game to start. It was a good game first quarter, and then wheels just kind of fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, every college football fan is going to be lying to you if they say that they watched that first quarter and wasn't thinking like, oh shit, Michigan's about to do it again. We came out, literally the first play, Jordan Marshall breaks a run for like 30 yards. Gone. Yeah, if it was Justin Haynes,
take it to the crib.
I did the speed check compared to his run against OU, his 75-yard touchdown run. He would have broke that run for a touchdown. Just saying that. But the first quarter, we're able to run the ball. We start off 3-0. Next possession, Julian Sand throws us a pick. We have the ball in our plus territory, up 3-0 in the big house. And I think settling for a field goal on that second possession really
after the interception.
Yeah, because you're already starting on like their 30-yard line. You want to go up. If you're up 10-0 compared to 6-0 is two completely different things, because they score a touchdown, they're winning up down 6-0. If you're up 10-0, that's a two-possession game. Ohio State has never been there. But at the end of the day, I'm a Michigan man. I take my losses on the chin. Ohio State was the better ball club. They deserve to win. We're young. We're injured.
Bryce Underwood will remember that game.
Yeah, there's a lot of Michigan fans out there saying fire Sharon Moore, the coaching, they're holding back Bryce Underwood. If you dive into Bryce Underwood's tape, he was supposed to be this upcoming class freshman. He reclassified to get into that class.
Supposed to be in high school right now.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a senior in high school right now. In fall camp, he was 17 years old. This isn't a receiver. This isn't Malachi Toney or Ryan Williams where it's like, hey, we're going to throw you a fade ball, just go get it. Like when you're playing quarterback, you have to understand
bunch of responsibilities.
Yeah, so many different things. And this year, we didn't hold Bryce Underwood back. He was handcuffed the entire year because of how young he was. There were multiple plays in the Ohio State game where he had clean pockets and had guys open and was either rushed to where he started taking off running or he would check it down. He's just very inexperienced. I mean, hell, that Ohio State defense has made every quarterback look trash. Yeah, and they made Arch Manning. He couldn't figure it out. So as a true freshman, we're starting like 6 or 7 freshmen. Like, it was going to be a tough game to win. Hats off to Ohio State. Like, they're fucking really good, and they were the better ball club.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see next year with Bryce coming back and getting to play that game again. But I wish I would have took Julian Sand anytime or over 0.5 interceptions, because right before he threw that interception, I said to our friend Bryce, I said, Julian Sand over 0.5 interceptions, and then they hiked it, and he threw that.
Yeah.
And then I thought y'all were going to score. Then y'all go up 6-0. Then y'all get a goal line stop.
Facts.
And I was like, wow, Michigan's going to do it again. They're going to punch their ticket to the college football playoffs.
We needed to score. We needed to find a touchdown on those first 2 drives. The first drive, it's scripted. You have a rhythm. Okay, you get a field goal there. I understand it. After a pick, like in their territory, you have to find a way to go find the end zone, because 6-0 against Ohio State is literally nothing. They can throw one deep ball to Carnell Tate or Jeremiah Smith, and that game flips. Like, you had to take a 2-possession there, but Ohio State was clearly a better team, so I'm not going to make excuses. Like, they were better.
Can we talk about the snow that came down in that game? What was it, like second quarter, halftime?
Yeah,
that was just beautiful. That was a football type game, a November football type game.
Yeah, it pisses me off because in that fourth quarter, Ohio State went on it was partially third quarter. They went on like a 12-minute drive for a field goal, and they were just running the ball against us. Like, Ryan Day got his cake, and he was able to eat it too. Like, he beat Michigan, but he was also able to beat Michigan with just pounding the rock against us in the fourth quarter. That 12-minute drive, man, that is one of the most, like, steal your heart drives I've ever seen.
Do you think that had something to do with Ohio State's communication being cut off? I don't know if you...
Yeah, I saw that. Ohio State fans fucking, like, legitimately think that we cheated somehow, cut off their communication. In college football, it is a rule that if one side's communication goes out, the other side has to turn theirs off for, like, they say competitive balance or whatever.
Until they get it back on.
Yeah, until they get it back on. So there was no way to cheat. If their headset was off, it is a guaranteed fact that Michigan's was also off. But I don't think the final drive had anything to do with that. I just think that Ohio State's immensely talented, were banged up, were inexperienced, and they took advantage of it. Yeah,
it was a very good game in the first quarter. I thought, it kind of slipped away. But I was also watching Dave and Big Ev from Barstool, their stream. That was very funny, too.
We also had in the second half, what are we down? A touchdown at halftime, down 8 points at halftime.
Was it 17?
It was 17-9 at half.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. They get the ball out of halftime. We get a stop. We pick up a couple of first downs, and then we punt from
the faulty punt.
Basically, from the 50-yard line, we punt, and it was a legitimate 13-yard punt is what it ended up with. They get the ball at midfield, which is shot territory, like shot play territory, and literally the 2 plays later, they take a shot to Carnell Tate, touchdown, ball game's over. You're down 2 scores against Ohio State. You're not going to win that.
Yeah. It was very sad to see. I had Michigan. I want to say I took Michigan spread, and I might have sprinkled some Michigan money line. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just bad, dude. I mean,
on to the next one.
Yeah, I don't like the people saying fire Sharon Moore. I think it's way too early. He's bringing in way too much talent. To go 9-3 with the injuries and the inexperience that we had is, like, somewhat impressive. But it is a thing that we played 3 top 25 teams this year, OU, USC, and Ohio State. All 3 we never really had, like, a legit shot at come fourth quarter. Like, all of those were blowouts.
No, we're just scraping.
Yeah, we're just young. We'll come back next year.
Speaking of fans wanting Sharon Moore getting fired, the coaching carousel. Big news this week.
My God.
Lane Kiffin to LSU out of nowhere.
Which everyone suspected by the time.
Well, it wasn't out of nowhere, but yeah.
By the time it had drug out that long, people started to catch on that he was going to leave.
But I mean, we thought he wasn't going to leave.
Well, when it first came out, yeah. But then when he started dragging it along, his family goes on a visit there. After the Egg Bowl, he's still not making an announcement. I said on last week's episode that if I had to bet, I would bet that Lane Kiffin leaves for LSU.
Yeah.
And the rest of the coaching carousel has been wild.
Wild as well, yeah.
I mean, before we
get into that, can we talk about do you want to talk about the Lanestein files at all on Twitter?
Yeah, we can bring up that.
Put some screenshots.
There's a bunch of salty Ole Miss fans. So if you didn't know with the Ole Miss thing, what happened was Lane Kiffin and the chancellor met in the morning. to have their discussion about what the future was. Lane Kiffin wanted to coach Ole Miss in the playoffs.
They said, hell no.
The chancellor was like, absolutely fucking not. You're not going to go to another team while staying here and recruiting all these players to transfer and all that. And then tensions started rising. Lane Kiffin told all of his coaches that if you don't get on this plane with me to Baton Rouge, you don't have a job at LSU. The players were apparently telling Lane Kiffin to like get the fuck out, like you want to leave.
He didn't even get to meet, did he, with his team?
Yeah, well, he put out a tweet that like his official statement of like,
I'm leaving.
I talked to the players, this and that, and then a couple of Ole Miss players quote tweeted that tweet and was like, "Bitch, you ain't say none of this whenever you was talking to us. Like we told you to get the fuck out. Like go to Baton Rouge. We're gonna figure it out." So that whole thing was just crazy. Like that is college football. That is what makes college football so great. Is like those kind of things.
I mean, if I was a player, I'd be pissed too, because I mean.
At the end of the day, though, can you blame him for leaving?
I mean, no. I mean, LSU, I feel like
he did it wrong. He did it wrong.
I don't know if there was a right way to do it.
Wrong timing.
He could have been upfront and honest about, like, I've built Ole Miss to this point. I want a better job, like, early on. He didn't even, like, tell them, like, they still didn't know if he was leaving or not, like, by the time the Egg Bowl ended. Like, I think he
don't know if there's ever a right way to tell them. I think it's more telling that clearly by leaving, I mean, yeah, LSU's a way better job. Those kids.
Ole Miss was just salty.
Like, you could have, I saw somebody online said, like, LSU could have a mailman as a head coach, and they would still have a top 10 recruiting class because those kids in Louisiana, with how stacked it is, they just want to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's more of he clearly does not think he can win a title at Ole Miss.
That is true.
All right. Otherwise, why would he leave? Like Sataki, he turned down Penn State to stay. That's pretty telling that he thinks he can win at BYU as opposed to Penn State. I just think it's more telling that Ole Miss they've got money, but I don't blame. He probably could have been done better. I don't blame him for jumping though.
Well, Sataki stayed at BYU because the Crumble Cookie CEO outbid the Penn State boosters.
Yeah, but
to get him to stay.
But Penn State
I'm
also
just saying
looks
resources.
Penn
That's
State
what I'm
looks like a
saying.
dumpster fire right now.
We'll talk about Penn State here shortly. Ole Miss, they offered the same amount. Like he didn't take.
Yeah, but you have more.
He didn't get a pay
resources.
raise.
No. They offered the same amount for the contract.
Yeah.
Ole Miss was not going to be able to match the NIL money that LSU was going to be able to put up.
Stuff.
See, but my thing is with the new era, like back in the old days, you 100% had to be at a top 5, 10 program in the country to like compete for the Natty. When you see guys like Signetti staying at Indiana, like choosing to stay at Indiana, you see these guys like Sataki at BYU. I think with the new NIL deal, it's way more easier to win at a like non-blue blood than it has ever been. I mean, this year Ole Miss was 11-1. They have a legit shot at the Natty with whatever NIL he was already having. So to me, I think that you can still win in this new era at non-blue blood places.
I think you're right, but I also think that long-term, looking at NIL, he has more of a future with LSU long-term NIL than a single year like what he does at Ole Miss.
Yeah, that is true. I just think, I don't know. I didn't like the way he handled it. He was saying in like the press conference that his agent didn't even tell him how much money he was making. Like that's just complete bullshit. Lane Kiffin is one of the biggest bullshitters of all coaches ever.
And then you get on Twitter and all he tweets is photos and that tiger emoji.
So what you're saying is it's just part of course for him. I mean, it's a troll.
I mean,
well,
story of his life.
He had that famous argument after the Egg Bowl this year where the Ole Miss reporter said you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, and he wanted to press the Ole Miss reporter. I think that is as factual a statement as you can get with Lane Kiffin, like the perfect analogy is you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Like he's not a guy that just wants to settle at some program and like build there for the rest of his career. Like,
are we surprised? Are we surprised after he left Tennessee to go to USC after 1 year? Like,
I mean, he has had some of the craziest coaching leaves, and
he tweets the grass isn't always greener, but it seems to me, to him, it's always greener.
It is. I understand the LSU argument of like,
LSU's probably a top 5 job in college football.
Ed Orgeron won a national title.
I think you can say
there.
it's a top 3 job, honestly. LSU recruits itself.
It'd be up there for sure.
In my opinion,
for sure.
Yeah, I would say it's like top 5.
It's a sleeping giant.
Yeah,
it is.
What would you say the top 5 is? Bama, Georgia, LSU.
I mean, I feel like Bama's
got to be.
Bama sells itself.
Bama,
Georgia,
no, Bama
Texas.
sells itself because Saban is still the aura of Saban is still there.
But he has that thing.
Before Saban got there, Alabama was down.
They were.
Yeah.
Since Bear Bryant, yeah. But
like right now, what would you say? Georgia, LSU, Bama.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I'd probably put with how much money Texas has.
Texas
is probably the top job because of how the resources they
Texas
have.
and then Oregon.
Top job.
No, I'd have LSU's over Oregon.
No, I'm saying LSU, Georgia, Bama, Texas, Oregon. Ohio
Oregon's
State.
Not
Ohio State.
I think
you got to put Ohio State.
I think
up there.
Ohio State's in the top 3.
Yeah, we're forgetting like USC.
I would
be up there.
like to sit here and say Oklahoma is, but I know when you talk about those guys, the big dogs they have more money.
It's probably more
Miami,
top
too.
5, realistically. Like Texas, Ohio State, Bama, and Georgia are probably tied for 3. So then one of them would be 4, then LSU is probably 5. So I will retract my statement. Top 5, but I think
top 5.
Easily top 5.
Hey, we're forgetting one that has a bunch of resources here too. We're forgetting USC is.
That's what I.
USC is sitting right there.
Yeah, but I think if somebody has to choose between LSU and USC, I think they're taking LSU.
Yeah,
probably right now.
Unless you're
right now, but like USC should recruit itself too.
Yeah,
but
Lincoln Riley just signed the #1 recruiting class in the entire country.
Those Louisiana Jits are way different than California, man. Those dudes from Louisiana and
say, Woody, can I get a cold drink out the ice box?
Those Louisiana cats are just different breed, man, because they're trying to they're from the slums down there.
Oh, what I'll close off with the NIL thing is Texas Tech is ranked #4 in the country.
Oil money.
That's not some crazy program. Ole Miss is #6. BYU is #11.
Texas A&M.
And Vanderbilt's #14. Well, Texas A&M, they kind of got everything that you kind of want there.
That's true.
But like the Vandies, the BYUs, the Indianas, like you can win in this era without being at a top program.
But those Mormons got some money.
Yeah, you just have to have a big time donor.
Utah.
That's what Texas Tech. Texas Tech has one guy, one family, and it's oil money.
Billions.
Yeah.
And it's billions, and it's across all their sports.
But what about Vandy?
Landman.
Vandy just has the belief going right now.
Well, Vandy's a private school too. Private schools have more money. That's what helps Miami on top of having the life wallet guy. But when you're in private school, you're bringing in a little bit more money in general.
It's a private school in the middle of Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville's got money. You got to have money to live in Nashville.
That is true.
And
I think those Vandy alums stay in Nashville.
Probably so. Do you know who's not a top program anymore to be coaching at? Penn State.
Yeah, let's get
what
into
a
them.
dumpster fire Penn State has turned into. 90 days ago, they were national champion contenders.
They were up 7
going into
against #6 Oregon,
in
ranked
overtime.
#3 in OT. They were up 7. They scored first. And 8 weeks later, they do not have a coach right now. Their recruiting rankings are, I'm pretty sure they're below Montana, Prairie View A&M, fucking who's who. Like, they are so low. They have 2 recruits committed on signing day. Today was signing day, the day we're recording this. You don't have a head coach, you don't have a plan, and you don't have a recruiting class. I've never seen a program just sell a coaching hiring.
They are
than
ranked
this.
150th. Earlier today, they were ranked 150th between South Dakota State and Prairie View A&M.
That is insane. And the thing is, the funniest part is, out of all these coaching firings, Penn State probably had the best coach out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like, he was a guy that was winning 10 games a year.
Which he is now just flipping all of them to Virginia.
I mean, Penn
Tech.
State's still a good job too. They shot their load, thinking they were going to get Signetti. He stayed. Thinking they were going to get Sataki. I think they thought they were going to get a big name.
It's a good job. Nobody wanted to go there. Like nobody wanted
but
to go there.
it's not a top 5 job, but it's definitely a top 15.
Yeah.
I mean, Penn State is still.
Yeah.
Those fans are
It's a dumpster
crazy.
fire, right?
Pennsylvania is a good place. The Northeast is a good recruiting ground.
Happy Valley.
Yeah, but why would you go there if they have these crazy expectations that 10 games in the playoff isn't
That's what I'm
enough?
saying. They should have approached trying to get a John Sumrall or somebody lower. They shot their shot at Signetti. He turned them down. Then they pivoted to Sataki and probably some other guys that were never in reality going to leave their situation.
shouldn't even
And now
fired.
the Golishes and the Sumralls and these like lower tier coaches, they've already got a job. So now they're just fucked.
Yeah,
They're left with their dick in their hand, just trying to figure out what to do with it.
they didn't just whiff on 2 or 3 coaches. There's legitimately a list of like verified people that they were trying to get, and it's like 11 or 12 guys. Like they went. Kurt Signetti was the initial plan. Then they went Eli Drinkwitz. He didn't want it. Then they went Matt Rule. He didn't want it. They were really relying on Kalen DeBoer to lose the Iron Bowl this past week. Like that was their kind of plan. And then when that didn't happen, like they whiffed on so many guys. They got so many coaches raises because those coaches just used Penn State as like their little bitch to like get more money. Like it is crazy how many coaches they whiffed on.
They might be trying to go after an NFL guy. I mean, they've done that
Brian
in the
Dibble?
past.
Mike Tomlin.
They went and got
Dibble?
Bill O'Brien was an NFL guy. They've only had 2 coaches since Paterno. Bill O'Brien didn't pan out the way they wanted, but could be that they're just looking at an NFL guy up there.
Yeah, I've heard Mike Dable is like one of the top candidates.
Brian Dable?
Is it not Mike?
No, Brian Dable's the head coach for the Giants.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. The one that got fired?
He'd have to.
His name's Brian.
The one that got fired? He's the one that's in the one that got fired from the Giants this year is the one that's they're really going after whiffing on 17 coaches.
I'm just going to go through
Brian Dable would make sense.
Yeah,
I just don't
he's
know
up
how
there.
good he'd be in college.
Yeah, I don't think he really wants college. The DeBoer thing is crazy because he is not happy at Alabama. He's not going to be at Alabama. He's not going to be the Alabama head coach in 2 years. I guarantee that. He's a Midwest guy.
Well, wait,
in
you
general.
said something where if Alabama lost, Kiffin was going to take Bama and DeBoer was going to go to Penn State. Why didn't DeBoer just go to Penn State?
Because if you're in the midst of a SEC championship run and a
Well, yeah, that
playoff
makes
run, you don't want to just leave
But if he
them.
really wants Penn State,
like Kiffin.
Yeah, I
curious.
think them winning just kind of hurt that. But Kiffin, there's photos of him and the chancellor watching the Alabama game, like in their office.
I
He
would
was waiting
just
on
also
that.
say DeBoer's not going to leave. That's not the type of person DeBoer is. He's not
Yeah.
going to just up and leave. He's not Kiffin.
100%.
Yeah, so
Also, just want to say this. You said that Penn State was I want to say this. You said Penn State would be a top job. This is a program that's won 2 national titles. Just 2. And it has only won the Big Ten 4 times.
It's their
Yeah.
fans'
Like,
expectations.
it's
it ruins
not
that-
it's
that
not
and-
that big of a program.
well, I'm not saying they're like
Probably
a top,
reality.
I'm not saying they're a
Past-
top 5 job, but like Miami hasn't won the ACC and they're still a top 20 job. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they have one of the biggest stadiums. They have a huge alumni booster base. Pennsylvania is that
Good
whole
recruiting.
north. It's a great recruiting ground.
it's just that they were under
It's the
investigation.
fans'
for a few
expectations.
years.
I'm telling you.
I agree. That's what I would say. It is the expectations.
They're expecting way too much.
too much
Yeah. They expect fucking natty, like,
or bust, and they
Yeah.
haven't proven to be there since 1986.
Do you think past incidents have hurt them as well?
Not with this coaching cycle.
No, I'm just saying, like,
I think James Franklin kind of
revamped
what is Penn State
We are.
versus what it was under Joe Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Brian Kelly is also like a potential name for Penn State, which would be so funny. You fire James Franklin to hire Brian Kelly. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, him at that job wouldn't be all that bad. I could see him having success at that job.
And some other coaches. We got from South Florida, Alex Galesh, hired by Golish. Sorry. You know he never played college football.
And he's from Russia?
He's from Russia, and he kind of just grinded his way up to what he is now.
I really like Golish at Auburn.
But, he left South Florida, going to Auburn. Eric Morris leaving North Texas, going to OSU.
Summerall from Tulane to Florida.
Going to Florida.
Ryan Silverfield from Memphis going to Arkansas.
Yep.
The OC, Brian Hartline at Ohio State going to USF today. Will Stein from Oregon going to Kentucky. What are the other jobs? Am I missing any?
James Madison.
Well, yeah.
He's going to UCLA.
Yeah, Chesney, Bob Chesney.
Yeah.
It's a good coach.
Which are they allowing him to coach through if they make it to the?
Yeah, the G5 is a little bit different than like Ole Miss letting a coach because you're not always going to be there. I think the worst hire out of all those G5 coaches was Silverfield from Memphis. There were legit Memphis fans who had Silverfield on a hot seat because he took over Mike Norvell's program at Memphis and low-key made it worse. And there's Arkansas fans like very upset at the hire.
And even Mark Stoops got fired from Kentucky.
Facts he did. Will Stein's in there now.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't even know. What's the timeline do you think Penn State's going to hire a coach?
I mean, they're legit relying on Brian. How do you say it? Dabble?
The bowl?
Is it Dabble or Dabble?
I think this is Brian Dable.
Dable. They're relying on Dable to come through and take that job. But like I said, if an AD misses on 2 or 3 coaches during a coaching search, it's looked at as like a bad job. They've missed double-digit coaches. It's insane. It's the worst coaching hiring process I've ever seen.
Yeah. It'll be crazy to see. And also crazy to see is this Sunday, the college football selection show.
Judgment Day. Final
big
Judgment
games
Day.
This weekend that can completely like flip the playoffs. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on the last rankings that came out and then the playoff seeding?
Well, I texted in the group chat today. I cracked the code on Notre Dame, Miami, because that's kind of been the leader of the playoff talks of like the controversy is Notre Dame being ranked above them. If BYU loses this week, it would be the first time since Miami lost their second game to SMU that they would be right behind Notre Dame. There wouldn't be any teams separating them. And the college football committee has shown over the past few weeks that if there's teams right next to each other, that if there's a head-to-head, that is what's going to decide who gets ranked above each other. Like 9-3 Texas is ranked above 10-2 Vanderbilt right now, solely because of the head-to-head.
Yeah.
And so I think if BYU loses and Alabama doesn't drop all that much, I think if it comes down to the committee choosing Notre Dame or Miami, like it's literally up to those two, I think that they're going to take the head-to-head and they're going to choose Miami. I'm convinced of it.
If, say BYU wins, does BYU and Texas Tech get in?
Yeah, the Notre Dame and Miami are both out. They can both go cry in their own little corners.
Now, if Georgia beats Bama, is Bama still in?
Yeah, Bama's not going to drop out.
I think that's why. I think them moving Bama up cemented them in. They're not going to drop the number 1 seed in the SEC out. Well, that's just not going to happen.
Seed.
I thought they're the number 1.
Georgia's number 1, or who's number 1?
Georgia's ranked higher, but I want to say I thought I saw somewhere that
Bama probably is number
Bama
1,
is the number 1
they lost
seed.
To Florida State.
Yeah.
That's on the SEC loss.
Bama is because Georgia and Bama both have 1 loss.
Yeah,
and
it's just
Bama
Georgia's
beat
ranked
Georgia.
higher.
Yeah.
Bama lost to OU. Georgia hadn't lost
They are.
since
Wow,
that.
that is crazy. Okay.
Because Bama's other losses to Florida State, so they only have that one. Another head-to-head,
Homo.
another head-to-head that still hasn't jumped is they're still giving OU the head-to-head to Bama. Bama has not jumped OU yet. I think if Bama wins the SEC championship, then they probably jump.
Oh, they will.
You know, that makes sense, but...
And then if Duke beats Virginia, Virginia's not getting in.
You might not
I
have
don't
an
think that changes all that much.
You might not have an ACC team in.
Yeah, that's the only thing it would affect.
Because then...
Right now, Tulane and North Texas.
Okay, so if North Texas beats Tulane, is North Texas in?
Yeah, North
there's
Texas
going to
is in.
be a G5, 100%. It's either going to be Tulane, North Texas, or James Madison.
If Duke wins and James Madison wins, then James Madison will get it. And the winner
But
of
if
North
Duke
Texas,
wins, if Duke wins... If Duke wins, James Madison wins, and North Texas wins, does North Texas and James Madison?
Yes, because it's the highest,
Yeah.
it's the highest ranked
top 5 conference winners.
Yeah, so Duke would, even though they won the ACC, they would still be below James Madison if James Madison won.
Which would be crazy.
Crazy to see.
I will say, Manny Diaz was getting interviewed today, and he even was vouching for the Canes, and they fucking fired him. So the amount of people that never support Miami, like Paul Feinbaum hates Miami, and he's even saying you've got to look at the head-to-head. When you have guys like that are starting to be in Miami's camp, it would be a travesty if they did not put Miami in over. I got some stats for you.
I agree with that.
Wait. So first, for Miami to get in, what do you need?
They need BYU to lose.
And preferably Bama to
And
win.
Alabama either to win or lose a close one to where they don't drop below Notre Dame.
I still worry that if Bama loses, the committee will find a way to slot Bama at the last spot, because they could say, well, they're the 3-loss team, but we're not going to drop them out. So then they're not. Then Notre Dame and Miami are not next.
So you don't need anything from Duke, Virginia.
No,
you need Virginia to win.
I mean,
you'd rather have Duke win.
If Duke wins, then maybe there's pressure on the committee to go, okay, well, we've got to have an ACC team. It could be a factor with the Miami Notre Dame argument. I don't know.
Mainly you need BYU to lose.
BYU to lose is the main domino.
Okay.
And preferably Bama to win.
Miami needs to be number 11 behind number 10 Notre Dame. They need to not have a team separating those two. They need to be right behind them, because then that puts the pressure on the committee to it's between these two teams. They have a head-to-head. Like, are we really going to choose
Bama
the team
wins,
that lost?
Georgia's not going to drop down below Notre Dame.
A Bama win would be good.
A Bama win helps.
Yeah.
So preferably Bama win, Duke win, BYU win.
Yeah.
I got another solution here.
Go ahead.
This is what I want to happen.
Uh-huh.
If the G5 is the 5th highest conference champion, that should equal the G5 that's getting in, and then the G5 not get
And then it goes
an auto bid.
Default to the highest team. after
Yes.
that? Yeah.
That's what it should be. Because then it would be Miami. G5 is still represented. But you're telling me two
teams.
G5s deserve to get in over a Power 4 program?
I mean, I get the whole people don't want G5s. I like the underdog.
Well, one G5 is enough. You can't tell me
true.
that fucking James Madison is more deserving than Miami. I'm sorry. I'm not going to listen to that.
I struggle to listen to one G5 because literally it's a charity case. Like, here, you can get in the playoff. Congratulations. You're going to get boat raced by whatever team you play. I don't understand the G5 thing. They should have their own playoffs, a G5 playoff. Throw Notre Dame in there because they don't want to be in a fucking conference like a bunch of pussies. And then have the actual the actual playoff and you figure it out that way. Like, we're dancing around fucking North Texas and James Madison when we have Malachi Toney at Miami that's must-see TV and Jeremiah Love at Notre Dame.
Touchdowns.
Like, it makes no sense.
There's a reason why high school football and high school sports have 6A, 5A, 4A. There is a difference.
Exactly.
A 5A program doesn't necessarily need to play a 6A program.
Exactly.
Bixby is going to kick the shit out of anybody they play, but
It's true.
It's a charity case. I don't understand it. We're dancing around these programs that have no shot. Except for James Madison, low-key, if they get in.
I was about to say, you're big on James Madison this year. And you're
That
just
was
talking
my
shit on
G5
them. Like,
pick.
what do you do if they do get in and they upset some people? Are you going to eat your words?
If a G5 upsets somebody this year, the G5 isn't going away. They're going to have a spot for the 16-team playoff that's coming. They're going to have a spot. And I think James Madison could low-key, like...
I just think it's different this year because last year you had Boise and Ashton Genty.
Well, yeah,
he
that
was
a good
must-watch
G5.
TV.
Yeah, that's
And
the thing.
Boise...
That's the thing. The G5, I feel like you have to be undefeated to make it into the actual playoff. Because Boise State last year, they were 11-1. They were like an actual legit team. Tulane's fucking lost. They've lost twice. They lost to like Army or something like that.
Yeah, I'd rather take North Texas than
look at
James Madison.
JMU's schedule. They've played no one.
Yeah, their one loss to Louisville. I watched that Louisville game. They could have beat that.
Yeah.
They could have won that
I want to say
game.
we took James Madison.
Shout out to Duke.
I mean, do we see Vanderbilt getting in at all?
No, Vanderbilt, they got fucked.
Do we see them suing or signing an executive order to get in the playoff?
Did they get fucked? If you look at the rest of the SEC teams that are up there and their schedules, did Vandy get fucked?
I mean, they did boat race Tennessee at Tennessee, and that's one of Oklahoma's premier wins.
Cool.
Was a close win against Tennessee.
Whose schedule's harder?
Who?
OU's or Vandy's?
Oh no, I'm not saying they should get in.
So they
over
both have the same.
Oklahoma.
They both have the same record.
Yeah.
They both beat Tennessee at Tennessee, regardless of the score. They both beat them.
Yeah.
And if OU's schedule's harder, it doesn't matter. They both have the point.
Yeah, Vandy should not get in over OU. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But if you're Vandy coming into the year, I tell you, you're going to go 10-2. Your only losses are going to be at Alabama and at Texas. And you're going to win the rest of your schedule, go 10-2. To me, that sounds like a playoff spot, especially because Pavia is going to be in New York. I think they're getting fucked a little bit. Going 10-2 in the SEC most of the time should get you in with no bad losses.
Well, it was a good SEC year. I don't think anybody thought OU was going to be up there. I didn't think OU would have been 10-2. I thought they would have. I thought they were going to lose to Alabama.
Yeah, you did.
I could have saw them dropping one to Tennessee or LSU. It was a year where there was teams that did that
Exceeded their
Yeah,
expectations.
exactly.
But if we compare Vandy's resume to Notre Dame's resume,
I agree, but you're not taking 5 or 5 SEC teams.
I think
As much as we control the media, it's not
I
happening.
think a better argument is there's just a lot of really good teams this year.
There is.
There's a lot.
that's
of
why
really good
12
teams.
team didn't do anything.
So
And there's
now,
a lot of good 10-2 teams.
does
Be
Texas have a chance?
I think it's
no.
I think it's set to where it's either going to be BYU, Notre Dame, or Miami.
That's
That's
kinda
what
how
it's
they
gonna
set
be.
it up. Yeah.
That's how they pretty much set it up. And I'm going to go on a little. I'm going to make the case for the U. I'm going to go on a little Miami tangent here. I'll keep it short, but
Let me hear it.
so this season, Miami has outscored their opponents 409 to 166. The committee made a comment that they needed to play well down the stretch in November. I think the committee thought they were going to drop another game. In those 4 games, they outscored teams 171 to 67 in those last 4 games. One of those being a big win on the road against Pitt, who is ranked top 25. The common opponents that Miami played against Notre Dame, Miami has outscored all of those teams but one. They beat Stanford by 35 as opposed to Notre Dame beating them by 29. They beat Pitt by 31 as opposed to Notre Dame by 22. They beat NC State by 34 as opposed to Notre Dame by 29. The only one that Notre Dame beat them by was when they played Syracuse's JV walk-on team where they won by 63, but Miami still won by 28. The 2 losses that Miami has that people want to say are bad losses, whatever, was to One team that is tied for the second in the ACC, 8-4. They lost by 6 points in overtime, and they lost by 3 points to Louisville. So they lost 2 games by a total of 9 points. And cherry on top, even though it was week 1, they still fucking beat Notre Dame. So
they did. With
all of that being said, they have a top 10 defense in the country. Ruben Bain. They have top 20 offense in the country. Malachi Toney. Like I said, if it comes down to Miami and Notre Dame straight up, one spot, 2 teams, and you don't give it to the team that's head-to-head, it's going to be the end of big non-conference games being scheduled across the board because everybody's talking about it.
Bama's already doing it.
It's not just Miami fans that are kind of causing an outcry. It's a lot of people saying, why do we play the games if it comes down to this and head-to-head doesn't matter? So with that being said, hopefully the committee makes the right decision on Sunday. If the cards fall right, if BYU wins, they deserve to get in, and I can't complain. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Cristobal shouldn't have lost that game to Louisville. They'd be playing for the ACC championship and probably destroy Virginia. But if BYU loses and it comes down to Notre Dame, I'm going to be really, really sour on college football for the next 9 months and probably for the next year.
Which is understandable. The team that's been doing it the most is Texas. Pussy asses
acting like
they're like what
entitled.
Sark is going on his media run like feel sorry for me. He's like, why do we even schedule the Ohio State game? Like, what does it do for me because if we're 10-2 right now, it's not even a question. You lost to Billy Napier's Florida. Like, he got fired this year because they were that bad, and you found a way to lose that game. I have no sympathy for teams that lose to teams they're supposed to beat and then want to cry afterwards because it's a 12-team playoff. If this was a 14 playoff like it was fucking 2 years ago, no one would care what you're saying right now, Sark. Like, you're just crying for nothing. Maybe you want to play Ohio State in a big non-conference game because you're a competitor and you want to win that fucking game. No, like, I just don't understand the well, why do we play Ohio State if it doesn't help us? You're not getting in because of the Ohio State loss. You're not getting in because of the Florida loss. That is the Florida loss. Separator.
Okay, Miami played Florida. They won 26-7.
Yeah,
Florida is a worse loss than I would say Louisville and SMU combined.
I would agree with that.
The only team that has a legitimate argument to this, we shouldn't play these big games if head-to-head doesn't matter, is Miami.
Yeah, if they end up
that is the only team that I want to hear bitching about this.
What's funny
because Texas, you lost to fucking Florida.
What's funny about Miami is they do play at Notre Dame next year. It's late in the season, but I really thought if they do get screwed, they're gonna call the game off. No, they're coming for all the smoke. It's signed off. They are playing Notre Dame. It's November 7th next year. So Canes fans are like, okay, well, fuck it. If we get left out, it's gonna be the end of the season. That could be a loss that at that point if it's in November football when the committee seems to care more about how you perform. That could be a loss that completely takes Notre Dame out. So I guess there is a silver lining where if Miami does get screwed, they have an opportunity to go into South Bend next year, beat the shit out of Notre Dame, and then see what happens.
And here's the other thing I want to say. They want to talk that these games are going to go away, Texas does, and they want to talk for the SEC. Hell no. Oklahoma, Alabama, we all want the smoke on that game. We don't give a fuck. We're going to go play that game. If we lose, we lose. We're going to play Michigan next year. Michigan's not bitching about losing to Oklahoma, which would technically knock them out.
Yeah, facts.
Get out of here. Go back into your fucking grandma's closet and cry. Fuck you, Texas.
I agree. If Michigan didn't play that Oklahoma game and they schedule a bye week, basically.
They're in contention.
We're 10-1 going into the Ohio State game. We're top 10, and our only 2 losses would be against top 20 teams, one of them being the number 1 in the country. But you don't hear us going on our fucking media tour talking about how we're so screwed and all this crying. We take our losses as a man. We said we're gonna play OU next year. We're gonna fucking play that game. We're not running from competition like fucking Texas. Even though Sark did say that they're gonna end up playing Ohio State and Michigan next 2 years today.
Yeah, I tried to have a Texas fan on to plead their case, but
Ain't got no fucking case.
he didn't want to join the call. But
here's another thing: you want to discredit your game that you didn't play Ohio State, and so you guys should be 9-2 right now. Okay, we didn't play you guys with a hurt quarterback, so we're now 9-1 or 10-1.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Sooners, he's annoyed. He's annoyed.
I'm annoyed by any time a Texas fan opens their mouth.
I'm annoyed because these college football teams, like I lived in a world where a 14 playoff was a thing and you couldn't slip up for a fucking second. And we got a bunch of teams with 3 losses and 2 losses out here crying. Like, I don't have sympathy for you. I have sympathy for Florida State, who went 13-0 and got left out the playoff. Like, that's the biggest screw job in college football history. I just don't have as much sympathy this year for teams with 2 losses, 3 losses that lost the teams that they weren't supposed to.
I saw a funny tweet that Miami and Vanderbilt were arguing to play each other in Hawaii in a play-in game to get a spot in the playoffs.
I like the playing game.
What a playing,
I like
yeah,
the
playing
qualifier
game. Low-key be
Notre
Low-key
Dame
be kinda
versus
tough.
Vandy, Miami versus Texas
Texas.
this year to get in the playoff. Ooh,
Are we the committee? Did we
be down
crack the
for it.
code?
facts, we did, yeah. People have thrown out the qualifier thing before. I think that should be a thing.
I'd be fired.
The problem with qualifier would be this: that we're already fucked with the calendar right now. Adding qualifier games would just screw the calendar even more.
Yeah,
True.
it would.
It'd be hard to.
The calendar's so fucked.
But yeah, that selection show is Sunday.
Judgment Day.
We potentially might be live and give a live reaction while the bracket and playoff comes out.
Facts.
And I will be reading chat. So
Facts.
spam W's in the chat.
Facts.
And yeah, so we will let y'all know about that. But yeah, all right. So on forward, the doghouse. You got anything in the doghouse? I know my doghouse. It dropped today. The LA Clippers releasing Chris Paul after what he's done to the team. It was a very shitty way to go about it. I don't know why you would release somebody on their retirement farewell tour. And lately, I just haven't been very happy with the Clippers. So the LA Clippers are in my doghouse.
The
Fuck you, Gary.
Clippers got to be one of the most like dead, just like laughable fan bases in all of sports right
kick
now.
a puppy while he's down.
Like Kawhi,
Kick a puppy while he's
Kawhi's been hurt since 2020. He's been load managing since 2020. You haven't got a healthy playoff run out of him in that long, and then you sign Bradley Beal and Chris Paul as like your saving grace. Like the Ty Lue's kind of a shitty coach.
I just want to say I've only became a Clippers fan because Blake Griffin, who's from Oklahoma, played at Oklahoma. He was drafted there, and I was a big Blake Griffin fan.
Yeah, it's understandable. That's a good doghouse, though. I mean, y'all are like so dead.
That's
so
my
depressed,
that's my doghouse for
so sad.
this week. That dropped this overnight. Like, jeez, let the man live.
Yeah, that's sad, bub. I'm sorry
What's your
about
doghouse?
that.
Do you? I kind of have a feeling what your doghouse.
I mean, my doghouse would be, probably Michigan, bub. I mean, actually, I'm gonna throw Michigan fans in there because there's some fans, and I call this the Cignetti effect that has happened on college football this year, and that's why 13 Power 5 programs are gonna be hiring a new coach this offseason because Cignetti went into Indiana, turned it around immediately, and the rest of college football was like, whoa, why can't we do that here? Cignetti is a unicorn in the sport. He is a one of one. It's not like he's not the standard. Like he's doing something that I personally don't think Nick Saban could do at Indiana. He couldn't turn it around and go back-to-back playoffs, back-to-back 11-win seasons like that. So to me, Michigan fans and the rest of college football fans need to fucking readjust their expectations. You're not going to be in the natty hunt every single year. You have a 17-year-old fucking quarterback, and you're expecting to be in the fucking natty run. We went 9-3. We, be happy. Let Sharon build. He has a good recruiting class coming in. He's shown that he can improve in the portal. Michigan fans, those spoiled ass fucking fans are in my doghouse.
And that's coming from a Michigan fan. So.
I've been arguing with him on Twitter all week. It's what do you expect? He's in his second year as a head coach, and he went 9-3. We were a game away from the playoff. What do you fucking want?
Yeah. Let's give a little love to the Michigan team for protecting the M at center field.
I don't even like that. Ohio State made us look like bitches because they won, and they want to take the we win in good spirits. We're not going to talk shit. They took the high road on us like fucking pussies. Ryan Day told Sharon Moore to get his players off the field.
I did see that. That's tough. He was like, listen, if we don't want a problem, we're going to have to get these guys out of here.
He told him to get off the field, get his guys off the field on his own home field because they took the high road on us, and they looked so good doing it. Fuck.
Hey, yo, pause. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah. I feel your pain.
It'll be all right, though. We're going to beat them next year for sure.
Facts. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into Week 15. It is Conference Championship Week. Some good games. Some games that I really don't know anything about some of these teams, but we're going to talk about them because how many games total? 2, 3, 9. Okay.
9.
So starting off Friday, we have the Sun Belt Championship versus Troy and number 25, James Madison. James Madison is a 23.5-point favorite. Over-under is 47.5. James Madison looking for a win and some other teams to lose for their chance in the playoffs. Give me the over 47.5. James Madison can score. I want to say they average damn near 40-something, maybe 38.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to take the Dukes.
I like that. Actually, I don't like that. I hate that because
I
have the under in that game.
Wow.
It's going to be some cold weather. James Madison was my G5 pick to get into the playoff this year. They're 11-1, so I'll take whatever they do. At least I was close on it, and they have been blowing out teams. I just think in conference championship games, cold weather, I just see it being a little bit more low scoring, a little bit closer. So I'm going to be taking the under 47.5 in that.
Gotcha. Okay. Next one, we are moving to the Conference USA Championship. We have Kennesaw State versus Jacksonville State. Kennesaw State is a 2.5-point favorite. Over-under is 49.5.
59.
Excuse me, 59.5. Mm-hmm. I will be taking Kennesaw State minus 2.5. They lost to Jacksonville State earlier this year, and I think they're going to get them where it matters in the conference championship. So I'm taking Kennesaw. In this Kennesaw's second year in FBS play.
Yeah, they're one. So
it's kind of cool to be like, second year, here I am.
Yeah,
type shit.
I like that. I actually don't like that again. Because
oh my God.
I got Jacksonville State money line.
Okay.
The thing about these Friday games is that they're all played at home fields.
Yeah.
They're not played in arenas. It's going to be cold weather again.
Kennesaw played at Jackson State last time too.
Yeah, what was the score of that game, Bob?
It was, let me pull it up, 35-26.
Jacksonville State, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Jacksonville State money line again.
I love it.
Yeah, I did. That's what I'm taking.
Gotcha. Okay, so far we are going against each other
on both. Yeah.
So next game is the American championship, we have number 24 North Texas versus number 20 Tulane. Both teams, like James Madison, fighting for a chance to get in the college football playoffs. North Texas is a 2.5-point favorite, and the over-under is 66.5. And I'm going with North Texas minus 2.5, and I'm riding with Mestamaker.
I like that. I also have North Texas minus 2.5. I think that taking the Florida job versus the Oklahoma State job is a little bit different. Like, I bet Oklahoma State's probably a little bit more patient on Eric Morris compared to Summerall, who I saw on social media. Florida fans were hating that hire because Florida fans were convinced that they were getting Lane Kiffin.
Mm-hmm. And it probably didn't help when he said, also, Lane Kiffin approved for me to take this job. Like, that was just a bitch, like,
Daddy said
shouldn't
so.
have said, he shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. The Tulane coach was crying this week talking about his Tulane team, about how much he loves them, so it kind of scares me away. But I think that Mestamaker, they have less distractions. And North Texas, since that blowout loss against USF, they've kind of just blown out teams the entire time. So
Mestamaker's a dog. Do we think he leaves after this year and follows Morris?
I think he leaves regardless.
Well, yeah, he's not going to stay at North Texas.
But do you think he gets a bag somewhere? Or do you think he's going to follow coach? Doesn't OSU have a QB already that got hurt?
I think
a freshman.
Flores?
Oh, he was
he'd
a
have
freshman?
to get
Zane?
I don't know, it just depends on what OSU could offer him.
Yeah, because he's going to get a bag thrown at him. Like, there's going to be Power 4 schools
Damn near throwing 4,000 yards.
Yeah, they're going to be. He's going to get at least a mil.
It's not an OU Mateer situation because OU obviously has more NIL money, so OSU's going to have to break the bank out if they.
Yeah, if they want him, they're going to have to find a donor to get him because he's going to get the bag thrown out.
I agree. It'll be interesting to see. All right, next one. Mountain West. We have UNLV versus Boise State at Boise State. Boise State is a 4.5-point favorite. Over-under is 58.5. I'm going to let you say your pick first because I'm kind of bent on what I want to go with here.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking UNLV plus 4.5 in this one.
They played already this year, if you didn't know.
Yeah, didn't Boise State win, right?
Yeah, smacked them.
Yeah, which to me, that's even better for the revenge game aspect. It is going to be in Boise, but Boise State's an 8-4 team. Like, this isn't fucking Ash and Gene T last year, Boise. Like, they're 8-4. I just predict it being a super close game. I could still see Boise State still winning that, but 4.5, I'm confident taking the UNLV in that.
I do want to say they're probably. I think they're 8-4 because Madison missed some games. QB for Boise State. I want to say he was out 2 weeks.
They're still not as good as they were last year, though.
True. I mean, they were first round buys.
No.
In the playoffs. I'm going to be taking the under 58.5. I know both teams, especially UNLV, can score, but for some reason, 7:00 game. It's going to be cold in Idaho. I think it's going to be kind of a low-scoring game. Yeah. So that is my pick for the last game of the Friday slate. Then we're going on to Saturday where the big boys come to play. Kicking off is the...
the first one isn't really a big boy.
Yeah,
kind of just got grouped in on Saturday.
It's like the little cousin where they're like, hey, let him play with y'all. And the big cousins are like, all right. We have the MAC championship, Miami, Ohio versus Western Michigan at Ford Field. Western Michigan is a 2.5-point favorite, and the over-under is 43.5. I'm going to be taking Western Michigan minus 2.5.
Damn.
And I might take the over as well, debating, but I'm for sure taking Western Michigan minus 2.5. I'm pretty sure they played each other already this year as well.
I like that.
They have, and they lost at Miami, Ohio.
Western Michigan lost?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I do have Miami of Ohio money line. Miami, Ohio is 7-5. Western Michigan's 8-4. It's not two like top tier ball clubs. It's going to be a great game to watch. All the MAC championship games are fucking
classics.
Yeah, they always come to play. But I just see Miami of Ohio being able to pull that one away.
Gotcha. That's a good pick. Interesting pick. Mm-hmm. Next, we're going the ACC championship. Playing at, what are they playing? The Panther Stadium?
Yeah.
Is that where they're playing?
Yeah, Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah. North Carolina. We got Duke, which I don't know how the fuck Duke's in there, versus number 17, Virginia. Virginia is a 3.5-point favorite. The over-under is 57.5. For some reason, I want to take the under 57.5. I don't know. I low-key want to see Duke win it as well, just because they can't make it in the playoffs. So it kind of like make it interesting. But right now, I have under 57.5.
I like that. I've kind of been high on Duke this year. I remember I was talking earlier in the pod about like Duke. They're the worst good ball club of all time, and it kind of proved out to be true. They lost the perfect games that they were supposed to lose, and they won the games that they were supposed to. That's why I think a human committee is better to decide a playoff or a championship game, because everyone with a brain knows that Miami is a better ball club than Duke, but we're giving Duke and Virginia the two spots, making it the most embarrassing conference championship game of any Power 5 history, solely because of a fucking AI math shit, tiebreaker shit.
A very lucky tiebreaker. With they played, of the 5 teams tied, they only played one of them and they lost. Georgia Tech.
Seeing the breakdown of
so
that was
the
great.
fact that they are in, and what's even crazier is if Syracuse would have beaten Boston College, that would have given Miami it was down to a 3-9 or 3-8 and 2-9 team matchup.
Yeah.
Based on that criteria for the tiebreaker, which is just insane to me.
Yeah, that's why I always want a human committee, because you can clearly see that Miami is a better team than Duke. But I'm going to be taking Virginia minus 3.5, even though I've been on Duke this year.
Good safe pick.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be one of those. We've seen all the conference championship games, and then 7 o'clock rolls around. Your Duke and Virginia square it up, and Virginia just kind of take cares? Is it take cares or take care?
Take care of business.
Takes
care of business.
Takes care.
Take cares?
They're going to take care of business against Duke, and yeah, that's my pick. I got Virginia. They're probably going to be on playoff after that win, so yeah, Virginia.
Gotcha. Very hot, very early take. Virginia Tech will be in the ACC championship next year.
That's
very
a
hot,
take.
very early take. Yeah, write it down. Remember it. They're going to be playing Miami in the ACC. Yeah, you were reacting back there, and now that I said Miami, that frown got turned upside down.
I want to look up their next year's schedule just to see if they...
That take is going to age like Courtney Cox, which, if you know who Courtney Cox is, she did not age very well. That's a horrible take. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I said it was a very hot take.
Maybe in a
early
couple
take.
years, but not next year. He's got to get some guys in. That program is not good right now.
Yeah, they got to go at Miami, at Clemson.
Yeah, but what has Clemson done?
Are you saying that they're going to beat Miami at Hard Rock?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
They're going to have to win that game probably.
We'll talk about that when that week comes. We'll see.
I mean, with the ACC is looking right now, that's definitely a possibility. They're fucking embarrassing to the sport, that conference.
I can't disagree.
Okay, moving on. We have the Big 12 championship at AT&T Stadium.
Big game.
We
Big
have
game.
Number 11 BYU taking on number 4 Texas Tech. Texas Tech is 12.5-point favorite. Over under is 49.5. And I'm sorry, Drew, but I'm taking BYU plus 12.5. With Sitake announcing that he is returning, I just see them Cougars fired up.
Okay, well, you're not taking them to win, so even if they lose by 3 and you win money, it's still...
Yeah. But, I mean, I might sprinkle money on. I don't know. I see BYU balls to the wall this game.
Yeah, I'm on the exact same side because I got BYU plus 12.5. The fact that they got embarrassed by Texas Tech
At Texas Tech,
yeah, like it was a complete beatdown.
And then for the coach to reassure and be like, no, I'm staying. Like he hit the Jordan Belfort, like, I ain't fucking leaving.
Yeah, he did.
Texas Tech has embarrassed everybody they've played.
They
That's
have
not changing this weekend.
I don't know,
That's
dude.
not changing.
I think the
Better
Lord's
defense,
going to be
better
in the
offense.
game.
Yeah.
Better defense, better offense.
I mean, I mean, the defense is for sure better,
think-
but
and you
know
Bear
those-
Bachmeier gets into a little rhythm. He starts fucking swinging it around. You never know.
And you know those Texas Tech fans are going to be deep in there.
Yeah.
A lot of
But
Texas Tech alum in Dallas-Fort Worth.
You know
Throwing them
those
tortillas.
You know those Mormons travel.
Y'all think they're going to get blown out again after getting embarrassed like that?
Yeah, so what's y'all's pick?
I
If
think
y'all
this-
take
I don't
Pride.
think it's born, but I'm not going to put it past Texas Tech to beat them by 14.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see Texas Tech winning by like 17 or something like that.
If it happened, it would. I could
like
see
Zach
it.
said, Texas Tech's just a better team. BYU's going to be. I can see it being close in the first half, but I think Texas Tech will pull away.
I mean, it's like what we've been saying all year. I think they're ready to soak in the playoffs.
I think they just pride reasons. Like you got embarrassed last time you played this team. Like at least play them close.
And
like,
the coach saying, like, I ain't leaving. Like, I just feel like
Yeah.
they got a little chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
All right. Is the camera good? We good? Okay. Next game, SEC Championship, playing at Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta. We have number 9 Alabama versus number 3 Georgia. Rematch from regular season. Georgia is a 2.5-point favorite. Over-under is 47.5. And I'm taking Georgia minus 2.5. I think it's similar to one of the games I said earlier. I think they're going to get them where it matters most. Conference championship. And I don't know if y'all seen the videos or any videos of students walking by the Georgia practice field. And Kirby Smart is on his microphone. And you can hear what he's saying to the players. We could possibly put a clip in there.
Hey, you what happens in the real world? They fire your fucking ass. You ain't got no job. You're fired. You didn't do your job. You're fired.
And you just like around the entire campus, you're just walking to class and you hear Kirby Smart chewing out the entire football team. But yeah, I'm taking Georgia in that game.
I like that. I'm also going to be on Georgia minus 2.5. I think that Kirby kind of understands that there's a narrative going into this game that DeBoer owns him. Alabama is his daddy. And I also think the DeBoer to Penn State stuff wasn't a rumor. Like that was a legit sourced thing that his family isn't necessarily happy in Tuscaloosa. He's already a Northwestern guy, started off his coaching career in South Dakota. So that was a legit rumor. And I think when you have a coach like that versus a coach that we all know that Kirby Smart is just full on, like until the end of his career, going to ride or die behind Georgia.
Yeah.
Plus having the factor of like you've lost the last like 6 out of 7 games against Alabama. Like they've kind of been your daddy. I think that it just points in Georgia's favor. So I'm going to be taking Georgia minus 2.5 in that.
It's a good pick. Y'all have any picks in that one?
I mean, I need Alabama to win, so I'm obviously going to be riding for Alabama.
Zach, sooner Z.
Sorry, Drew. Go Dogs.
Ooh.
You just don't want Miami to get in case they might have to play OU.
That would.
No, I want the smoke.
Okay, all right.
That would be must see.
No, I
would be
just want
great.
them to. I want them to lose because I want to host a game.
If it's Miami versus OU, are we going down to Norman?
Here's the thing: if
Drew might get mobbed, but
if Alabama wins, OU's not hosting.
That is true. Yeah.
okay.
That's a
I
fact.
want OU to host a game, so therefore, go Dogs.
Okay.
Tell you what, if Miami got in, Miami fans show out. They come out of they're like cockroaches. They come out from
out of the
any and
woodworks.
everywhere. They would, I mean, yeah, OU would still have a shit ton of people there, but Miami fans travel. Like I said, they come out of every nook and cranny, just looking like wild maniacs half the time.
No.
Okay.
It'd be a good game.
I just don't. I don't think it's possible to get Miami versus Oklahoma this week for like a home playoff game. I don't think it's possible, right?
If Alabama were to lose
They stay.
and they stay,
but
but
Oklahoma
who's to
would
say
jump.
Who's to say they wouldn't stay? Who's to say they wouldn't drop down to that last spot? And whoever Miami and Notre Dame, it's whoever they choose for that. And so they put Miami in at 9. That's an 8-9 matchup in Norman, Oklahoma.
Yeah, but I guess in theory that wouldn't, because the highest they're gonna get is probably 10, followed by the 2 G5s. So OU would have to really move up, I guess. They're at 8 right now, right?
They're at 8 right now, but they're not moving. OU is stuck at 8, or they're going to drop.
Bama got up to 9.
Bama is at 9.
Notre Dame's 10. That's
10.
right.
Yes.
That's right.
You would need an 8-9 matchup, right? You need Alabama to lose like a close game against Georgia to
Unless
drop to
Bama
10.
won. Unless Bama won.
But Bama,
Georgia fell behind OU.
that's not happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
if
There
they
might
drop
not be
that
a
much.
scenario where that could happen, actually.
This
Like
playoffs is
it's
gonna be-
legitimate. OU is as high as they're going to get right now.
That selection
Yeah.
show.
They're not going up.
I want to see how much the viewership of this, just the selection show itself.
Give it like, let's watch half of it. The viewership will go down the second that like Miami gets kicked out.
My
Or-
question is, why is it 3 hours? Whereas the normal one is only like 30 minutes.
'Cause they're going to
Advertisement.
drag it,
Gotta make as much
Drag it
money as
out.
possible. on this
drag
shit.
it out. They're going to tell us like the top like half the bracket that doesn't matter. Like
It's gonna be like the draft where there's
like,
5
go to
minutes.
commercial.
So they do
5-minute
it-
countdown before they give.
Do they do it opposite where they start with the one team? Whereas
No.
because normally
They'll probably go 25 through 13, go to commercial, and then start off 1 through 4 that like we kind of already know are going to be there.
buys. Yeah, the bye weeks.
They'll
didn't
save
watch
the
it last
Miami
year.
Notre Dame until like
the very end.
last.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll
Shit.
save it.
It's gonna be peak TV.
I think there's a world where Oklahoma and Miami could meet. I'm starting to see it. Alabama loses a close one. Georgia. BYU loses. Miami and Notre Dame, they're in the same spot. Miami gets in over them, and then Alabama drops 1 below Miami. Miami gets 9. OU stays at 8. Alabama goes to
I guess
10.
that could, in theory, happen.
I think
but-
these conversations of like the Miamis and the Notre Dames that aren't playing this weekend have already happened.
Yeah.
They're going to come into this next week to talk about what they're going to do if Miami or if Alabama has lost, if BYU has won.
Yeah.
What is the plan for that?
Yeah.
They know that if Alabama were to lose close, that it's going to come down to Notre Dame and Miami. And
Yeah.
Miami's going to get in.
I agree.
And then because Alabama lost, you can see the movement come up, puts them at 9. They're not going to jump anybody higher than that.
Yeah.
Well, and also, are they really going to do a 2? If Bama were to lose, do you really see them having 2 SEC teams play each other in the first round?
I don't think the SEC wants that.
No.
The SEC wants.
and the SEC has pull on the committee. So I guess in that theory, if BYU loses and Bama were to lose, then I guess you could have Miami jump Notre Dame, and then Bama still is getting in, and then Miami would be at that 9th spot playing in Norman.
Yeah.
and I'll take it.
And I'm buying a ticket.
Yeah.
I might buy one with you.
We might have to switch spots with them and let them come up
Let
here
them
and
go
go
up.
at each
We're
other.
still
Yeah.
the faceless
War.
producers.
Yeah,
It's
we are
war.
the faceless.
No one's seen them yet.
Yeah.
Can I know we've gone a little long. Can I throw out one more?
We have one more game to talk about. Yeah. Go
Can I
ahead.
throw out one more scenario? Georgia loses to Alabama. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas Tech, and Oregon are the top 4. The 5 home playoff games go to Ole Miss, Georgia, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. The SEC gets 4 home playoff games that are like super hyped. I could see a world where they don't put a SEC team in the top 4 and they just have 4 SEC home playoff games. I could see that world.
Wait, would you have Oregon?
4.
I don't see if Alabama were to win that game, how
jump into the top 4.
Oklahoma doesn't drop down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see a world where that happens.
Yeah. What if it was, but if all the teams bump up, it would be Georgia, Alabama, Texas A&M, and Ole Miss as
Yeah, but what's
4.
going to happen is that Alabama's going to jump over Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. So now, theoretically, Alabama is the 8th seed. Mm-hmm. They won the game, so they're going to jump even higher. Georgia's going to drop down. Mm-hmm. That spot's being taken.
Yeah.
By an extra team. There's not a team dropping under Oklahoma.
Yeah.
To allow that to happen. There's not a team out there that's above them playing this weekend that has a chance.
We have no idea.
Yeah,
we're talking all
we're
these
talking
scenarios.
like we're the fucking committee. Like we're about to hang our
There's
hat
a
on the
legit
door
shot
when we
that
walk
there's
in.
4 SEC home playoff games, though. That is
Yes,
that is
but
on the
Oklahoma
table.
is not one of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't,
that is true. Yeah, because there's 5 SEC teams in it right now. So yeah,
And I'd rather have OU at home than on the road.
I don't know about that. Oklahoma is undefeated
true.
on the road.
That's true.
Like
true.
they've lost at home.
That is
That is
true.
true. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be fucking nuts. You want to get to a big game, Bob?
Yeah. Let's get the last game of conference championship.
Big game.
Number 1 versus number 2.
Oh.
Number 2 Indiana.
Oh.
Number 1 Ohio State. Ohio State is a 4.5 point favorite. The over/under is 47.5. Give me Indiana money line. I am taking the Hoosiers. I'm taking Signetti. I think this is the time Indiana says Big Ten, welcome. There's a new sheriff in town.
I fucking love that, Bob. I love that pick. Do want to call out how much of a joke it is for College Game Day to choose Alabama-Georgia rematch over number 1 versus number 2, the top 2 Heisman candidates duking it out for the Heisman. I know that Zach has had some words on that.
You can bitch all you want. It was given. The SEC has ties to ESPN. The Big Ten has ties to Big
sense.
Noon.
That makes sense.
It was never going to happen.
Game Day is supposed to be
You're telling me
non-SEC.
you're telling me the biggest conference
Uh-huh.
is not going to have national coverage.
They can have the SEC network.
No,
we got number
they're
1
gonna-
versus number 2 going on.
National coverage is not the SEC network.
Yeah, we'll put them on
it's
ESPN.
College Game Day or Big Noon Kickoff, and Big Noon Kickoff was going to the Big Ten championship.
So you admit that Game Day is an SEC pawn. It's not
No,
like
ESPN.
College Game Day,
ESPN,
which is
One
whose
week-
Game Day is assigned
one
to.
week that they don't have a chance to go. 1 week.
I'm just saying, number 1
They were
versus
never
number
gonna
2,
happen.
both
It was
undefeated.
never going to happen.
I agree it was never going to happen because Game Day is an SEC pawn, and the whole ESPN
Because
runs
of
the
1 week, you say
SEC.
they're an SEC pawn because of 1 week when they're going to go to the SEC championship because Big Noon Kickoff is at the Big Ten championship.
Big Noon Kickoff was at Michigan Ohio State last week, and Game Day still went to that.
Right. So you're telling me 2 weeks in a row they're going to go to the same place?
I think that they should if it's a bigger game. Game Day is supposed to go to the biggest game.
No. The SEC is not going to fall for that.
I understand the
That's in
conference
the
thing, but that proves my point that the ESPN is biased towards the SEC because Ohio State, Indiana is clearly.
You can think what you want.
It's clearly the bigger game. There's no argument. There's no argument for Alabama, Georgia being a better game than Indiana, Ohio State. Zero argument. Zero
I was
argument.
going to say, while I was gone for 3 weeks, did this happen?
No, this is not.
Well, they were also arguing in the group chat about this yesterday, so I knew it was going to get brought
welcome
up.
back, Drew.
I understand the contract things. I just think
Essentially, this is SEC versus Big Ten, if you guys couldn't tell.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think the two Heisman favorites going up against two undefeated teams, number 1 and number 2, should get game day.
You never gave your pick. You went on a little tangent of.
I just want to point out that everyone knows that ESPN is infiltrated by the SEC. I got. What do I have in this one? I have the over 47.5 in this. I wanted to take Indiana because I think that they're a perfect kind of matchup for Ohio State this year, at least, because they have a veteran quarterback. Indiana's run game is so slept on. They have one of the best run games in the entire country, and that is kind of the weakness of Ohio State. If you don't let them jump on you up 14-0, where they can just bring blitzes because they know you're throwing, that if you can stay in a game with them, they're not super sound in the run game. So I think that Indiana makes this a game. I'm going to be cheering for Indiana so hard, but I am going to be taking the over 47.5. I just see an all-time classic. Like, you have the Heisman on the line, both undefeated teams, number 1 versus number 2. It is just going to be so beautiful, and it's just going to be a great game to watch.
I agree. It's going to be a fun weekend slate of football, December football. Mm-hmm. You were talking about the Heisman. We'll get into that. We can get into that next week. But we could go over our Heisman list of our preseason winners to like what the list is looking like now. Because I think I had Klubnik.
I think I had Klubnik also. We should never look. For this year,
yeah.
Don't look at the preseason predictions.
Do not go back
Texas
and watch.
Was number 1.
Don't go back and watch week 0.
Yeah, this was a all-time crazy year. The top 4 are Jeremiah Love, Diago Pavia, Mendoza, and Julian Sand, though. Those are those 4 are going to be in New York.
Yeah.
100%.
It's a good list. So do we want to go over?
Locks?
Well, do we want to go our cards real quick? Just read back of what we already got or not?
I think since our cards are
basically all the games. Okay.
Kind of can just hear.
Go ahead and give us our records overall.
Yeah, my record is 121 and 141 for 46.1%. I'm 5-10 on the year on locks. I went 9-17 last week. Hand up, was not locked in, focused solely on Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah, and that kind of killed the day after that.
Yeah, and Coop is 88-98 for 47.3%. He is 7-7 on his locks. He went 15-13 last week. Hit his lock. I also hit my lock.
I just want to say I went 0-6 to start the season, and I am now 7-7. So everybody that was texting me saying, "Oh, you're going to get your head shaved. Oh, you're on a generational run for dog shit." Fuck you.
You locked in. You weren't
Which
locked.
I said.
Yeah.
Which I said I was locked in. Yeah.
Yeah, you finally locked in, which is respectable. That's a good record.
Yeah. And we still have our punishment of who has.
What's the punishment?
We haven't came up with it yet, but right now it's not looking good for you, bub.
Yeah, I mean, we got bowl season, but bowl season's this whole fucking thing.
We should do like 3 locks for the bowls since there's so many.
Nah, 3 locks for the bowls. We'll figure out some sort of table with it, but bowl season is it's its own little thing.
Yeah, y'all two have something you want to share with the class?
Well, we have breaking news from BetMGM out of Las Vegas. Penn State has their head coach.
Whoa.
Who? Dable?
Breaking. Sources say that Penn State is finalizing an agreement to make Blue Mountain State University's Marty Daniels the next head coach of the Nittany Lions. They did that as a
Thad Castle is his defense coordinator.
Yeah. Somebody, the first comment says Thad Castle is entering the transfer portal as we speak.
It's a good hire.
That got me for a
Zach's
second.
I know you guys were like, what? I know Zach's a Blue Mountain State fan. I am as well. That was big when we were younger in college. yeah, thought that was fun.
Damn, I thought they found their coach for a second. I was going to get
Y'all
excited
both
over
would have
that.
ate the cookie. Y'all
Probably.
Y'all both would have ate the cookie. If you know, you know.
I still wish I could get heat exhaustion or something, or a concussion, so they could get me with that rod, stick that fucking frozen rod up my ass.
Okay. Yo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, just see what it feels like, you know?
Yeah. It's crazy. All right, yeah, let's give our locks. You want to go first, or I have mine?
My lock, super simple. Georgia -2.5. I trust the best coach in college football to right the wrongs of him losing to Alabama, especially with a coach that is kind of looking towards other jobs. So I got Georgia -2.5 as my lock.
Well, that was also my lock as well.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Same
Reason.
Same reason, yeah.
Best coach in college football.
Gotta
I would
trust
probably go, not gonna lie, my second would probably be BYU +12.5.
Nah.
That's just me though. I feel like they're gonna come to play.
Because tell me Saturday morning.
That or North Texas -2.5.
Yeah,
Those are my
that's
top
probably safe.
three. Those are my top three picks probably.
I could easily see a world where Saturday morning Texas Tech is up like 28 to 10 on BYU, and it's like, why the fuck did I choose BYU here? No. But I got the Lord in that one.
Yeah, and I can't see it. But yeah, those are our picks. Those are our locks. Conference championship weekend. Mm-hmm. It is December.
Do the two producers have any locks?
Facts. Should we joint together for a any given weekend conference championship
We got
parlay?
one agreed on.
I haven't really looked at it yet. I've been just neck deep in Miami college football talk. I would like to say my lock is that BYU loses and Miami and Notre Dame finally gets settled and the committee makes the right decision. But a lot of Canes fans, we are very negative because the committee seems to be very biased towards, teams that are like Notre Dame that seem to always squeak in while not playing anybody all year. So I don't know if that answered anything.
You don't have to have a lock. We need consent first for your
My
lock.
lock, you know what? You guys, everybody, all of my friends have been on my side. My lock, BYU is going to lose and Miami's going to fucking jump Notre Dame to get into the playoffs.
So Texas Tech -12.5.
Texas Tech is going to win by, well, I don't know. They're just going to win. I don't have just Texas Tech and money line.
Texas Tech money line at -500.
-900.
I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at it as like BYU is going to lose and Miami's going to.
Your lock is Miami's
going to save college football because that's what we're talking about. The ramifications if they get shafted. Like I said, you can kiss big non-conference games goodbye. Yeah, these teams that have them lined up now, they'll happen, but in the future, teams are going to go, why would we play that game? Like, everybody's going to take the Snetti approach.
I agree.
You got a lock sooner, Z?
Yeah, Texas Tech has blown out everybody. I'm locking the 12.5.
Okay, so
Texas Tech.
we'll just do a 2-leg parlay for the any given weekend.
Because I'm taking BYU.
We don't have to bet it, but that's the producer's lock. Texas Tech -12.5. We have Georgia -2.5. Mm-hmm. That'll be the any given lock for the conference championship. Okay. Since we're all in such agreement here, or at least them two are and us two are.
So the 2-leg parlay.
2-leg parlay. Georgia -2.5. Texas Tech -12.5.
Okay.
I mean, we can't do Texas Tech money line, Bob.
No.
And they both have the same thing.
I don't know if
I need Bama to win too, though, so I don't know if I can get behind that.
See, yeah, and I just
But
think
they can't get behind the Texas Tech. So it's kind of a compromise here.
Do we just want to go Jacksonville State money line versus Kennesaw State?
James Madison, Troy over 47.5.
If I was to pick like an actual spread lock, I'd go Virginia -3.5. I think they're kind of a team of destiny. I like Manny, appreciate him speaking up for the Canes, but Virginia, everything has gone their way. It seems like, and I think they also understand. Like, hey, we have a lot of, we have a chance to be the only ACC team. This might be Virginia's only chance ever to make the playoff because they're not a good football program. I just don't see them I could see Virginia win by 4 points easily, maybe even by more.
Okay. I like that. I have Virginia.
I just want to say, earlier this year, I said Virginia was an ACC sleeper this year.
You did say that.
We can pull up the clip,
That's ball. That's ball knowledge.
and here they are.
That's a good pick, Bob.
Zach, your lock, if you had to pick one.
Is it still
Is
Texas
it still
Tech?
Texas Tech?
What do you got in
Give
North
us some
Texas,
juicy.
Tulane?
Some give
What
us
do you got in
juicy.
this
Say
game?
Texas Tech, and that'll
Come
be the
on.
producer two leg. Virginia minus 4.5, and Texas Tech
Yeah,
minus.
I'm still taking Texas Tech.
I would.
I look at their schedule, and every game is a blowout.
Okay.
That would be my 2-leg parlay. Would be Texas Tech to cover and Virginia to cover.
What about Georgia over here?
I need Bama to win, so I'm staying away from.
Oh, facts. Facts you do. We're just in a war this week.
know.
Us two versus the producers, I guess. Shit.
Okay, so stay tuned. All right, yeah. Those are our picks. Like I said earlier, December football. It's almost Christmas time here in Oklahoma. And have you worked on your Christmas list?
I have a Max Bredesen jersey cooking up with Mom for her to get me one of those because he's a Max Bredesen fullback, Michigan,
Okay.
5-year senior.
Oh, damn, my fault.
Blake Corum scored 27 touchdowns. He was in on the play for 26 of them. Never scored a touchdown.
Okay.
He's just one of those guys. So yeah, that's the only thing I got.
What a jersey that would be.
That's one of the best jerseys in the
Hell
country.
yeah. Hell yeah.
A good fullback, a good white fullback. Yeah.
If y'all are from Oklahoma, a Christmas, it's like clockwork. Anytime December comes around, is the old jingle. Should we play it for everybody?
Play it, Bob.
Okay.
I don't know what jingle you're talking about.
Dude, if you're from Oklahoma, tell me if
Let me hear
you
it.
if you know this.
Jewelry is the gift to give. 'Cause it's the gift that live and live. So give the gift you know can't fail.
BC Clark's anniversary sale.
Most sales are after Christmas, but Clark's is just before.
Most everything is marked way down.
Savings you can't ignore at Oklahoma's oldest jeweler since 1892.
So give the gift you know can't fail.
BC Clark's anniversary sale.
What a banger.
That is a banger.
Absolute banger.
That is a banger.
Hear that on the radio, hear that in commercials. It gets me fired up
Yeah.
for Christmas every time I hear that song.
That is true. What was the commercial that I was singing that one day? Do you remember that? I was singing a commercial.
No, you would do the Cheez-It.
Oh yeah.
This dude, we're watching, I forget what game it is. I get up to use the restroom, and this dude says word for word, bar for bar, the Cheez-It commercial where he goes, it's the coach talking to the cheese.
It's been there for like 6 years now.
And he goes, I've aged you well. Go ahead, you gotta.
What's the
I've,
you have
I've
something?
aged you well.
Well, I just know that's the one where he's like, I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Who's ready to
cheese?
I go
That's
to the
a legendary
bathroom. I'm
commercial.
using the bathroom, and I hear this man go word for word, bar for bar, the entire commercial, where he's just like, "I'm feeling cheesiest, coach cheese."
Yeah, that was a heavy college football commercial. I saw that commercial, I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
It's been around for a minute now, so it's in my head.
You about to say something, Zach?
No, I was just going to say we've done movies for Halloween.
Oh,
It's now the Christmas season. We just did the jingle.
facts.
Shit.
So what's our top 5 Christmas
Do we give
movies?
it now, or do we wait a little bit closer to Christmas?
We could wait.
Or right now we can give our top 5 like Christmas.
We're gonna
Activity.
need stuff to talk about in the next coming weeks.
Yeah.
So
So
I'd
right now, let's do our top 5 like Christmas. Like what do you like the pageantry of Christmas, or like what? Like
Okay.
for me, like bring back ABC's 25 Days of Christmas.
So
I don't
like,
even know if they have that still.
for me, like my dad is a professional Santa Claus. So like
is.
I live Christmas, and so like seeing the season start.
Is he
and,
Santa Claus in the summertime too?
Not really. I mean, he's still got a white beard and
But he dead ass is Santa Claus. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
he is Santa Claus. And so like the traditions of like the pageantry of like seeing the season come and watching him
get on his sleigh and
get
ride.
it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay.
I think we just do our favorite thing about December right now.
Okay. Probably either watching Christmas, just turning on the TV, seeing Christmas movies, or driving or walking by and you just see Christmas lights everywhere, like nostalgic.
That is facts. I like that. Mine would probably be biddies' moods around this time. Okay. All the biddies, they want to, throw on the matching PJs. They want to, cuddle, watch Christmas movies. The moods are at an absolute high this year. This is cuffing season. This is tear it up season. So to me, the
what do you mean by tear it up?
Tear it up, just just doing the thing, Bob. Just creating life. Okay,
all right.
That's what happens.
Christmas to the birds and the bees.
Creating life.
Gosh.
Creating life.
What a pickup line that would be.
Wow. Yeah.
You're talking to a girl, you're risen up at the bar, like, hey, girl, like, we're feeling each other. You want to come back and create some life?
Wow.
That's the best thing about Christmas, dude.
I think somebody needs to try that at a bar.
I might pull that shot.
Drew, what's your favorite thing about Christmas besides females' moods?
Honestly, December is where my work schedule slows down, and I'm always so busy throughout the year with concerts left and right. December and January is where it gets really slow, where I can actually like play video games and decompress and have somewhat of a life. So
I love that video games was the first thing.
Yeah, everybody needs to buy 2K so we can start playing online again.
That's facts.
I have to agree.
That's facts.
Yours?
I got one thing. Merry Christmas, shitters full. It's time to watch Christmas Vacation.
It's true. That's a Christmas staple almost.
Yeah, it is.
I like that. Y'all's were so gay on that. I just want to call that out. Like I come with a swinger, like Biddy's movies.
Dude, mine was like more like
the lights and the
more nostalgic. Don't act like Miss Angela's not gonna be like, hey, Nate, do you want to go look at Christmas lights with me and Coco? And you're gonna be like, only if I can hold Coco.
Okay. I hope Miss Angela isn't listening to this episode actually, so she doesn't hear the.
Mom, when we get home, can we have hot chocolate too?
All right.
But yeah, that is week 15. Conference championship week. We will potentially be live for the
final Judgment Day.
Yeah, for the college football selection show, which is Sunday. So we will drop more things when we find out if we are going to do that or not.
If we have the facilities for that.
If we have
if
we have the resources and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is Any Given Weekend, and
let's have a weekend.